Christmas and really enjoy this movie. But then when someone explained the, sort of Jesus allegory to it, I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. And it's by Alfonso Cuarón, who just did Gravity. You just saw Gravity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yep.
Did you see Gravity, Sam? You need to see Gravity because from an audio perspective, it's going to win every award in the book.
Yeah,
period.
I definitely want to see it.
It has to. Like I saw the movie and I remember talking to you about it before it, and the whole time I was just thinking about the audio and the acting was terrific, the directing was terrific. But anyways, Alfonso Cuarón, who did that, also did Children of Men, and it's just he's just a terrific director. So if you get a chance to see that, especially if you want to see the Christ-like story and you're not easily offended, it's great.
Okay.
Non-traditional film.
Because I've never seen a trailer for it, but I never thought of anything holiday-wise there, but I can definitely see that, I guess. So.
Yeah, and it's not, and again, you're not going to see it unless you think about it beforehand.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Interesting choice. So do you want to jump into film history here?
You said you had some film history on some movies. Yeah, otherwise we got to jump into some speed round and rock and roll here. So
yes.
I think we're going on about an hour or so.
Okay, so here we go.
It's time for This Week in Film History.
Okay, so I have a list of classic films. So this is a time of year which is terrific, where you can appreciate classic film and classic music. Like when else would you turn on your radio and on purpose listen to a song from the 40s or 50s?
Right, and not be made fun of.
And not made fun of. Yeah, and the same thing with movies, right? When was the last time you watched a black and white film when it wasn't like holiday season, right? Yeah. So I have a list of great films for you to watch for film history that are just really good films in one way or another. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about, just mention, is a film from the 90s, but I'm going to mention it nonetheless because I don't think it gets nearly the attention that I think it does. Mm-hmm. So last year, for the first time, I watched this movie called Mixed Nuts with Steve Martin. Have you guys seen it?
No, but I'm in.
Okay. It's got...
I love Steve Martin. So
it has a great cast. It has Steve Martin. It has Madeline Kahn. It has a little bit of Adam Sandler. It has, I think Gary Shandling is in it. And it's got a bunch of people in it and that are really terrific at what they do. And it's directed by the same woman. I think she did Father of the Bride and Sleepless in Seattle and While You're Sleeping. I think she did all those. But it's a really wacky movie. It kind of plays out more like a play than a movie, but it's a really wacky movie. And if you like Steve Martin films, it's that same vein of just over the top comedy, and it's really ridiculous, but it's fun and it's really, really funny. And to me, it's one of those movies that you watch and you're like, why isn't this on TV every year? Like, why is this not in my regular rotation?
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's in my. So I bought the DVD last year. It was one of those movies that I kind of checked out from the library, being like, okay, this is interesting. It has a lot of talent in it so it's a really, really good Christmas movie, and it's really, really under the radar. So if you really like that sort of wacky, a little bit over the top Steve Martin type of stuff, Adam Sandler type of stuff, like especially in his early days, it's right up your alley. So Mixed Nuts, I recommend. Desk Set is another one. It's what's really fun about Desk Set is it's Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn movie. Obviously Hepburn and Tracy did a lot of romantic kind of comedies together. This is one that builds up, and what's funny to me is in the day it took place when before the internet, there was actually a division of a company where if you needed information, you called them for like whatever crazy reason, like they were the reference department, and you called them and they looked up the problem. So they are being replaced by a computer. So Spencer Tracy comes in and he has this fancy new computer that's going to replace their department. And then it all builds up to their holiday party. And the big holiday question is always like, who are the reindeer? What are their names? So, all these, whoever magazines, radio stations, whatever need this information, they called them. And so it's about how the computer is going to replace them. So which is obviously a very relevant topic today. I mean, how often technology replacing jobs, automating stuff. So it's really interesting, and it's a really good romantic story. It's really funny. It's got the Tracy Hepburn stuff that is really good. It's desk set Tracy Hepburn movie, so really kind of the fun cliche romantic movie that's fun to watch. Shop Around the Corner with Jimmy Stewart, which was remade to a certain degree by You've Got Mail with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
Okay.
If you've seen that one, it's really good. It's best to watch that movie and not think about it because it's a very different story. There's just certain elements that are still there. But if you have a chance, Shop Around the Corner with Jimmy Stewart is a terrific, fun Christmas movie to watch. Christmas in Connecticut is one of my new favorites. I saw that for last year. Barbara Stanwyck. It's really kind of the comedy of errors. So she's like a writer for a magazine, and her editor thinks that she's married and all this other stuff, which she just kind of fakes. And so it's kind of the comedy of errors where she has to go on this Christmas trip to try and fool her editor into thinking she's married. And of course, all these things go right. He thinks that she's married and she's a great cook and all these things that she's not. And so she's got to fake all these things. And of course, everything goes wrong and all these relationships develop and stuff like that. So Christmas in Connecticut is another one of those movies that's really sort of been forgotten, but it's really a lot of fun. And if you like the comedy of error stuff, it's really good.
Okay.
The Bishop's Wife, which is my recommendation for you, Steve, because it's got Gary Cooper in it, who's very sort of the romantic. I can really see us remaking this movie with you as the Gary Cooper character. And it's so Gary Cooper's sort of the suave guy who he's like this, almost like an angel from heaven who comes down and answers this priest's prayers, but the priest is so arrogant, like he doesn't see beyond his pride. And so this angel, sort of the suave character that his wife falls in love with because he's so great. But then through that, they both sort of learn to appreciate each other. And it's a cool sort of, if you like the Gary Cooper sort of, George Clooney, sort of the modern day Gary Cooper characters. If you like those type of stories, it's funny, it's interesting, it's romantic, it's really good.
Okay.
And then of course you have the big ones. Miracle on 34th Street. It's a Wonderful Life is nearly as perfect a movie as you can see. White Christmas, of course, all of the Rudolph, the Charlie Brown, the Grinch stuff. And the really odd one that I would mention is Holiday Inn. White Christmas is kind of a remake of Holiday Inn.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
Which we talked about last year. But the weird thing I'll talk about Holiday Inn is there was a lot of like blackface stuff in the middle of it, which is really so. Like I'm watching it with my wife, and so at one point it got really uncomfortable because it's sort of like this accepted racism that was accepted back then is like really taboo right now. So you sort of have to get through that scene. So I didn't finish the movie last year. So this year I'm kind of like, all right, I'll see if I can get through the rest of the movie and kind of forget about that scene and just see what the rest of the movie's like. Right. But I know that that's on the top of a lot of like classic movie films. So I know Holiday is in on the top, but you have to sort of get through the accepted racism on that one, which is interesting. So,
all right. Well, that was a good list there. So we got a little bit of everything. So I don't care what you like. If you want murder and mayhem or just good to feel good or, old movies or new.
Yeah. Is there anything on that list that sort of interests you that you think you would watch?
Well, honestly, Holiday Inn and then what was the other one you said? The Bishop's Wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Bishop's Wife. Because I gotta, I guess, watch It's a Wonderful Life again. I really didn't like the movie.
Why not?
And you keep saying that it's just for you the perfect movie and so good. No. And I don't know. I it's been years and years. And maybe I just was the wrong point in my life when I watched it. But
was it boring?
It was boring. I just didn't like the story to it. It was boring to me. Yeah, I guess is what it was. And so maybe I had to watch it in a different light because you really, really like the movie, Jeff. So good.
Now, Sam. Wonderful Life, when was the last time? Have you watched it? You into the movie?
I liked it. It's probably been 4 or 5 years since I've seen it.
Okay.
But interestingly enough, I have a box of Christmas cards at home
that
have the Wonderful Life scenes on them.
Yeah.
And I use those and hand them out, and people are like, oh, that's such a cool card. So, so yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it. But
is that your card that I have framed over there then?
Yes, actually
it is. Okay.
All right. There we go.
Nice.
That's where it came from.
Yeah, so good movie, definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
So, anyways, I mean, maybe I will, but real honestly, the Bishop's Wife, now that you've brought that up, is one that I'll...
Bishop's Wife, and again, I think Mixed Nuts, you would love
Mixed Nuts.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
Well, and this Santa horror one, the Norwegian one.
Rare Exports?
Yeah, Rare Exports.
Yeah, and again, that's on Netflix. You can stream it for free, and that's right up your alley. So.
I guess we're just start this up on the way home, so...
Right.
All right, I got speed round for you.
Yes.
You got speed round for me?
All right, speed round for you.
All right. Let's do this.
All right, here we go.
Speed round.
Such a simple intro, but I love it.
Love it. Yep, hardcore. All right, we're going to speed round this to end off the podcast. Jeff, are you ready?
Yes, bring it on.
Yes or no, have you ever received coal for Christmas?
Yes.
Muppets Christmas Carol or It's a Wonderful Life?
Oh my good, you can't. That's not.
I didn't even know we were going to talk about It's a Wonderful Life. I just
Muppets
Christmas.
Muppet.
All right.
I can't.
Fake tree or real tree?
Oh, real tree.
A Christmas movie that makes you laugh or one that makes you think?
Laugh.
Christmas morning on a snowy mountain or on a sunny beach?
Oh, Snowy Mountain.
Hot cocoa or hot coffee?
Cocoa.
Fruitcake, edible deliciousness or weapon of mass destruction?
Edible deliciousness, actually, especially if it's Belizean black cake. Good.
Don't ruin my speed round here, Jeff.
Sorry.
Holiday movies. Give me a classic 50 films that makes me feel touchy-feely, or give me a 90s comedy of errors while we try to find the perfect gift.
Classic.
Okay. Tyler Perry. Where did this guy come from, and why does he have to have his name in front of every movie? Or good funny movies if you don't mind being the only white guy in the theater.
Good if you don't mind being the white guy.
Socks. Awesome gift, or what were you thinking, Mom?
What were you thinking, Mom?
Gift wrapping. A perfect piece of art which evokes the love of the season, or pass me more duct tape.
Pass me more duct tape. Sam knows this.
Yes. Eggnog. So tasty, or I'll just take the alcohol.
Oh, so tasty. Yes. Oh, eggnog.
All right, you have 10 seconds. I'm going to time you and cut you off at 10 seconds. Describe your perfect holiday movie.
Funny, laughter, family, warmth, cliche.
Nicely done in 5 seconds. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, that's it?
That's
okay,
it.
okay,
Yep,
good.
Easy
I'm
done. Easy done.
always a little bit worried there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Steve, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Classic movies, are they only for the holidays?
Yes.
Okay. Music from the 40s, only from the holidays?
No.
Oh, really? Okay. So, favorite Christmas tradition, family, food, or presents?
Family.
Okay. What gets you in the Christmas mood more, movies, music, or Christmas lights?
Christmas lights.
Favorite classic Christmas movie made before you were born? Sorry, I know I...
Miracle on 34th Street, probably.
Oh,
yeah.
good choice.
Yeah.
What movie genre can be kind of bad, but you still give it extra credit because you like the genre so much?
Oh, of any movie comedy?
Any genre.
Any genre?
Yeah, the
comedy.
Genre. Okay.
Yeah.
If the Best Picture Oscar was given today, who would you give it to?
Best Picture Oscar was given today. I haven't even seen the movie, but I want to go The Wolf on Wall Street. That's coming out Christmas Day. So
wow! I thought you were going to say American Hustle.
No, Wolf on Wall Street. Yeah.
All right, Channing Tatum, played out, or you want some more?
Played out.
When will Jennifer Lawrence wear out her welcome?
When her boobs sag.
Oh, okay. What is your favorite thing about Christmas?
The family.
Family.
Yeah.
Okay. Action movies. They should have a good romance angle or keep that crap out.
Keep the crap out.
Okay. Classic movies. Has all of Jeff's talk about them made you watch more, or you have the same interests as you had 2 years ago?
Watch more.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay. Should video games have a storyline, or do you just want the action?
Storyline.
Oh, okay. Are you interested in a movie with Samuel L. Jackson if he does not use the F word?
Nope.
Okay. What second season of an original Netflix series are you most interested in seeing?
Probably Orange is the New Black.
Okay. Yeah. And my final question, I actually didn't discuss this earlier. This was actually a discussion topic I brought up, so this is a little bit out of context. Netflix actually, had its first this year because it was emanated for an Emmy nomination, of course, and actually won its first Emmy. Now it is actually nominated for its first Grammy. because there's a Grammy nomination where it says best